Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to the Long Dark, where we are in a little house in the coastal townsite. I'm pretty sure we've looted the place completely clean, and we've got all the cooking done that we wanted to do, so now we need to go home. I'll quickly check everything. We're still a little bit tired. I didn't sleep for the full time, I just slept until it would be light. We're a bit thirsty as well. Hunger-wise, we are fine, so I'll just have some water, I think. So yeah, we now have a bunch of coffee and some tea. Didn't make as much tea as coffee in the end. I think I may have got the numbers a little bit wrong there. But we do still have some left. We've got 3 tea and 22 coffee left. So I mean, we could stay here another day if needs be and get a bit more cooking done. But I will try and return home, gather up some materials, and then we'll see about doing some crafting or something along those lines. Okay, let's just see if we... I'll remind myself what we have. We also have some rosehip and reishi tea. The interesting thing being, I thought we would get tons of it, but we only got 1 of one and 2 of the other. And checking, I wrote down earlier, I went back and checked the previous episode, we started with 6 mushrooms and 32 rosehips, so that's a bit odd. I'll see what we have left. We have 7 rosehips left and none of the mushrooms, so... that suggests that you need 3 mushrooms to make 1 cup of tea, and then rosehip-wise, you need 25. Wow. So yeah, you can't make much of that stuff, but I guess it's good to have because it's basically painkillers, but reusable because I can get more rosehips and I can get more water, and so on. And then the tea is antibiotics, so. Maybe I can get away with not bringing antibiotics and painkillers now. I'll probably keep them around because they weigh barely anything anyway. Now, these are probably more efficient in terms of weight, but yes, it's good to have a renewable source of medicine around. Next, we need to make some proper. We need to make some bandages with the old man's beard lichen, and we will try and do that today with some crafting stuff. Also, clothes-wise, we've got a couple of extra bits and bobs, but nothing particularly important. Actually, these boots are better than my current boots because they are the same boots but less worn, so I guess I'll switch them, which is a shame because I actually did repair these, I think, recently, so turns out to have potentially been a waste. I guess it kept me warm in the meantime. And yeah, everything else is worse than the alternative, so at some point we'll get all this turned into cloth, but it's not particularly urgent right now. Okay. Is this the door we want to go out of? I'm trying to think. No, we want to go out of this door. This puts us facing home. I'm concerned about wolves, because quite often when we try and leave a house in the coastal town side, we end up having to run straight back inside because wolves attack us. Let's just check everything else. Food-wise, we are great. Tools-wise, we've got a hatchet that's a bit battered. And general... stuff. We got an extra sewing kit for what that's worth, and we're quite short on random materials because we burned everything basically. But that's fine. We got all the basics we need. And then we got matches. Yeah, we got matches, so we could even start another fire if we wanted to with just the stuff we have. Okay, I will equip a flare because we may end up needing one. There's not much else I can do. If in an emergency, I can press 3 to drop a granola bar or whatever I have on me to try and distract a wolf. So let's try hopping outside and seeing what happens. I expect wolves. Okay. Don't see or hear anything. Not completely sure on the hearing front. Oh, get in! I heard a wolf, that was a wolf. Okay. Whew. Alright. So there's a wolf out there. Okay, right. Well, we have some stuff to do in the meantime. We'll wait a couple of hours and see if they leave. Oh, I didn't get a drink in the end, did I? I will do that. We have a litre of water handy. And we'll see how much we take of that. Nearly half of it, actually. We might want to start another fire. That might be a good idea. But for the moment, I can occupy myself with harvesting some of the materials that we have handy. We'll get a couple of tinder plugs from this. I think that increases the weight of the thing, but at the moment we are fine in terms of weight of stuff. Alright, and then clothing. We'll just break up all of the stuff we've got here. That was the wrong button. This is the hat we had. Wear that. We will harvest this for some cloth. And this will just pass a bit of time, giving the wolf some time to wander off and do other things with his life. Another bit of cloth. And now that we have some cloth, we could do some repair work on our clothes if we're holed up in here for a while longer. Some shoes. We get some leather from these, that's good. Use those for repairing boots and stuff like that. We will... Oh, I got an achievement, but I wasn't paying attention. That might be the 20-day achievement, because I think we were just about to reach 20 days when I loaded the game. So, there we go. Nearly 3 weeks of survival. Which is something to be quite proud of. I've been playing it somewhat conservatively. I've been hiding from wolves, and I've been trying to stay alive, essentially. I've been doing what you would realistically do in the situation, which is try your best to not get killed by wolves. Oh, actually, we're already getting so tired. Yeah, this is dropping quicker than I expected. We might actually have a quick nap to top ourselves up. Also, the weather is getting worse and worse out there by the sounds of it, so perhaps we won't be able to go home today. Which is a shame, but we do have plenty of food to keep us going. So we're currently on 1,300 calories even. So we'll just eat some bits of wolf meat to keep ourselves going. I think this gives you a bit more calories for the weight, so we'll eat the wolf meat first. I mean, some of this stuff might be worse. Actually, no, this stuff's more weight efficient. The processed food probably is, for whatever reason. How are we now? I forgot to check. We got room for another 450 calories. So I think I'll just have one of these smaller bits of wolf meat, and that will sort us. And then we'll drink some water again. I don't know how much more thirsty we are, but whatever. Wow, we drank most of it, okay. It's looking like we might want to do another fire then, but yes, the only thing we have left to do now is have a nap. And considering how the weather is, that seems like a good idea, so... we'll just do 2 hours, I think. We'll go for 3. And then maybe we'll give going outside another shot. Yeah, this is the annoying thing about the coastal town site. As soon as you're in, it's very difficult to get out again, because you have to wait for the opportune moment to sneak in undetected. Oh, it's getting very windy now. And then you have to wait for the opportune moment to sneak out, but it's really hard to find out when that is, because you have to go outside every time you want to test it, and every time you go outside, you're in danger of being savaged by wolves. And you only find out that you can't get away when a wolf starts snarling and running at you, which is not fun. Alright, I am inclined to just do some more cooking. It's very windy, so I don't really want to try going home. It'll probably not do me much good, so yeah, let's just like make a bunch more coffee and water and stuff, and that'll be great. We will need to harvest a bunch of reclaimed wood, and we of course want to get on with that first before we try making the fire. Okay, we'll get 5 wood from this. The hatchet's at 40% at the moment. I'm getting worried about it. I think we can repair it. I hope we can. If we can't, then we're in serious trouble, really. That took 2% off it, so that's fine. And then we got 5 reclaimed wood and a bunch of room to move around in here now. What do we get from a bench? We get, wow, we get 8 from this. That is awesome. That will take us, however, 4 hours. And we'll be really hungry when we finish. So I think I'll do that, but I will first eat a bunch of food. Yeah, we'll go for one with it. Well, we'll go for the slightly lower condition ones, because that is probably a good idea. So I notice this is low condition as well. Maybe we should get this eaten before it gets any worse. Yeah, we'll do that. We've got a can opener handy, so that's alright. I'll just try and make sure that everything we have is of good condition. These bars will probably be okay. I say, I don't know whether the condition drops or not. I've still not, like, paid enough attention to work that out. Okay, we are now fine in terms of that stuff, so we will try breaking down this, and we'll just get all of the things from it. 8 reclaimed wood, and that will be enough for a fire, I guess. We would have enough for 6 hours. Maybe we should get a bit more. I mean, we could stock up for future use. Like, we'll probably come back here at some point to do more cooking. We can break this down. And yes, it's now been... what's going on? Dehydrated, whoops. Drink all the remaining water. Oh dear, conditions dropping. Did not mean to do that, and we are now out of water. We do have some drinks handy. And considering how tired we are, we might just drink some coffee. We have plenty of it. We'll try that. So we'll be less thirsty, we'll be less tired. And we've got 22 more coffee things anyway. There we go. Not thirsty, not really tired, still hungry. We can eat some more wolf meat. Though we're really burning through this fast, I'm getting concerned, but then it has been nearly 24 hours already since we did the cooking now that we've spent so much time breaking down the bench. It's probably not the best use of our time, to be honest. Now I can't see. Hold on. Lantern. Just like this for a minute so we can make sure we gather everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll gather all the cloth. And that's 6 cloth. And then 2 tinder plugs. We can see the fire where we're standing, so we'll put this out again. So yeah, we're now finding various areas of condition. And we've got loads of reclaimed wood. 6.5 hours of fire time. That will get us pretty much everything we want. We'll try one more thing though, I think, or maybe like a couple of chairs or something. So I'll light the lantern again so I can get over to the chairs. What do we get from a chair? We get 3 reclaimed wood, and it takes 15 minutes for each one. We will do that. We'll extinguish this, and then there's the chair. Break it down. And then one more for luck. Maybe it's a bad idea. Everything's getting a little bit bad again. Okay, so there should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. I can't see a thing. 5. I'm just wiggling the mouse around until I can locate the reclaimed wood. I had it and I've lost it. There it is. We'll try the cloth as well. Oh, I think there should be one more piece of cloth. Okay, now I can't see, and I'll need to get back to where the fire is. That's the roof. Here's the fire. Okay. Extinguish again. One more check of condition there. That's all good. Okay, there's the fireplace. Right. How will we set this up? We could try reclaimed wood, but it's terrible. Those are our options. Reclaimed wood or a book. And then matches-wise, wood matches give us a better chance. We could go for a reclaimed wood one. Just because saving the books is always a good idea. And the chance isn't too bad. We'll give it a shot with this stuff. Yeah. Alright. That was weird that the sound broke. The thing about the book is that most of its burn time is taken up by trying to start the fire, so then you're having to very, very quickly sort out fueling the fire, and if you fumble it, you could end up with the fire going out before you have a chance to add anything more to it. Oh, we failed. So close as well. Okay, give it another shot. Try it with the same stuff. I don't think we lost anything from it. Actually, we will have lost... Yeah, we lost the match. Don't know if we lost the tinder plug, not important. I think we've kept all the wood. I think we've got the same amount as before. Yeah, we'll just spend all our time making coffee, essentially. Which will keep us awake while we continue to make coffee. Okay, it takes 10 minutes to make each one, so I guess it'll take between 3 and 4 hours to make all the coffee. There's a bit more tea we can make, so that'll take a little bit longer. But then there's also all the time it takes to get all the water for it. There we go, the fire is going. So let's immediately put a bunch of reclaimed wood on it. And I realise after last episode that I turned my volume down when I started the fire, which meant that you couldn't hear me. So I'm keeping it high so that I'm having to sort of talk louder to be heard, and so you should be able to hear what I'm saying a little bit better this time. Okay, and yes, we want to go to the tin of tea and the box of, well, the tin of coffee, the box of tea, but first we need some actual water to use. So we'll just get like 2 liters straight away. We have the fire time for that, and then we'll make sure it's all potable and go from there. Okay, boil it, all of it, and that should take no time at all, really. Already we probably want to add a bit more to the fire. But yes, this will take us into the early hours of the morning, and then we will have a nap to get ourselves refreshed, and we'll give the journey outside another shot. We can make a torch out of this, but I don't know if there's really much use for that. I think you can sort of scare wolves a bit, but I do have flares and they'll probably do a similar job. We just put a bunch of wood on, that's fine. Okay, let's try making some coffee. And it's 10 minutes for each one, so we can already get a good 10 out of what we've got here. I need to pay attention to what I'm clicking on, actually, because I'm not sure if I actually was making more. Yeah, we're still making the tin of coffee. We'll just keep going. We'll use up our water before we use up our fire time, anyway. Oh, now it's switched to that. We don't want to do that. That's the thing, the menu keeps moving around, because as things cool down, they arrive on the heating up menu. It can get very confusing. I don't know how much water we have left, but there can't be much. But at this point we want to start stockpiling water to take home. If we have the space for it. Okay, what do we have water? Have we got enough for 3 more cups of coffee? And then we'll have to boil a bunch more water. It's interesting that we can melt snow as an option, because there's no snow in here. We would have to go outside where there are wolves and storms and things. But it's just best if you have that option, I guess. I mean, there could be a way that you have to like go outside and scoop up snow, but that seems a bit awkward and clunky as a mechanic anyway. Alright, this should be the last coffee. And hopefully, yeah, it managed to finish, because it was using the exact amount. Now we shall put a bit more on the fire. Loads of it. I will check my condition, though. I am thirsty, so once we've got some water, we will immediately drink some. So we'll just melt 1 litre so we can get it nice and quick before we... Yep, we're starting to get thirsty again. We could drink some tea. That's an option. We'll try it. We'll just boil this anyway, and then we can look and pick which one we think's better. It's not so important if we're a bit tired, because we're going to be sleeping soon. Yeah, we're still fine for tiredness, so we will just drink some water. But we're losing capacity now. Alright, and this will probably be over half a litre. Yep. So we've got enough for 1 more coffee. So yeah, we'll just melt a bunch more. Actually, how's our hunger? We'll eat something as well. 700, eat that. That'll keep us going for a while. Back to the fire, still plenty of fire time. We will get another 2 litres of water. don't know how long that takes really, but it looks like we'll have more than enough time for it. And then we'll boil the 2 litres. And I sort of want to go home with 2 litres as well, on top of whatever we've managed to make in terms of tea and coffee. Right, 1 hour of fire time. Let's put a little bit more on the fire. And then we'll scroll through the various cold cups of coffee. Because it doesn't matter that much, like, having warm stuff to drink, because our clothes are already such a good quality at the moment that we don't have to worry about temperature very much. And see if we can get a bit of sewing done while we're here. There's probably some clothes that can do with some repairing. We have leather and cloth available. I mean, we'll be sewing up our pants with, like, chair cushions, but that's fine. I'm not sure how much we have left. I've pretty much lost count of how much coffee we have. It could be 3, it could be 10. I'll have a quick check of my inventory after this one. Just so I can sort of plan to, like, boil the right amount of water. Getting a little bit more tired. Okay, we have remaining 10 and 3 of the herbal tea. So I was right, 3 and 10. Yeah. Weight-wise, we're running out of capacity though, even without considering the capacity that we're losing. Water-wise, we've still got enough for 5 more cups of whatever. And that'll put us at 5 remaining cups of coffee to produce. At which point we'll have 8 things left. So yeah, it's already going to be morning by the time we actually finish this. We accidentally heated up some rosehip tea, I believe, there, because the menu keeps jumping around, but that's not too bad. It just uses, like, a bit of 1 reclaimed wood. That'll be fine. Tin of coffee. And there's like 2 or 3 left now. How much water have we got? We can make 3 more coffee. And we're already at 7 AM. So at this point, it's starting to get a bit light. But we're just going to keep on going. I will check tiredness. Still alright, actually. So, carrying on. Scroll all the way down. Tin of coffee. And then 1 more, is it? Or 2 more? I don't even know. Scroll down again. Cup of coffee. Still windy out. This storm's now been going practically 24 hours. Doesn't sound like the worst kind of storm, but it's still not something I'd want to go out in. Oh, the fire's getting a bit low. There we go, another 2 hours. I'm just going to finish the job at this point. I don't want to come back later with a bunch of stuff that I brought in the first place. We'll get everything cooked and we'll be good. We now have too much weight. We'll work that out. We could just leave some of the coffee behind or something. Or some of the water even. Probably the coffee really. Because we've already got so much of it, we don't really need that much more. Okay. All the way down. And I think there's 5 more cups of coffee to go, which will be just over half the remaining water we have. So I think at this point we have enough water left to cook all of the tea and coffee. We've got enough fire time. I want to make sure I've got a good buffer, because I don't want to accidentally, like, I'll run down to 1 minute and then not put something back on the fire quick enough. We're actually going to run out of fuel, interestingly enough. So we may not be able to get all the water we want done. I was hoping for 2 litres, but if we're going to get all the tea and coffee just finished with, which I would prefer, then yeah, we don't have enough. Okay, that is all of the coffee done. What I'm going to do is make another litre of water and then do whatever remaining tea we can. And really I should have done the tea first, because we've got more coffee than we'll ever need at this point. I did not plan that very well. But I think we will have enough time for all the remaining tea if we're quick. Okay, tea, where is it? Herbal tea, cook, because it'll take half an hour to do all of it. So we've got 2 minutes of buffering time. This one again. The picture disappears, which is confusing and worrying. Alright then, the final herbal tea, and that is everything we have cookable cooked. And then the fire will go out. 2 minutes of it left. There's nothing else, I don't think, and the only fuel we can put on is some books. Anyway, we've got a litre of water handy, and stupid amounts of coffee. We are now quite tired, drained in fact, and so I think, yeah, we've got no capacity left. We don't have that much weight on us, so that's alright. The only issue is that we're just so tired at the moment. Look at all this coffee we've got, it's ridiculous. We should probably just drink some now, it probably makes more sense. Drink some and then have a shorter nap. Maybe that's a bad idea, I don't know, but we'll get some of it gone. Because we've got, what is that? That's 18, 20, 23 cups of coffee. We are fine for coffee. The only purpose of drinking it really is to stay up like late when it's really important to, for whatever reason. We're hungry as well, so we will sort out that. That's the same menu, it's just buried under all the other stuff. We'll eat some wolf meat. We can actually eat another, I think. Yep, we'll eat a second one. And now we're no longer at all hungry. Still a bit thirsty, still a bit tired. We'll have some more coffee. Because, like, I mean, 20 is enough. Is it even 23 we've got, or is it more? I don't even know. It's changing because we keep drinking different amounts. Have another one. We get 66 calories as well. Oh, we're supposed to get 100, but I didn't drink it all. So yeah, we can't actually drink any more coffee now because we are sorted for thirst. We are still tired. That is fine. We will sleep. We're now fine for capacity. We've got significantly less weight than we arrived with, mainly I think because we ate so much of the wolf meat we cooked in the end, just to sort of stay well fed for the duration. It's now that the storm is gone, and with any luck the wolves are gone, but we will see about that next episode. Once again, I've gone massively over time. How long do we want to sleep for? It's already 11. I think I'll just sleep for 1 hour, even though we're tired as it is. We'll sleep for 1 hour, see if we can get out. If we can't, then we can get more sleep and work on some other stuff. So yes, with that, I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.